Hi Libra, I'm Ronique and welcome to Scorpio Soul Time. Happy New Year, happy 2025. This is where we're going to look at the January astrological energies. I hope you all had a great holiday. Libra, this is going to be an interesting month for all of us as we come into this new year, but especially for you in Aries because we now have the nodes changing signs into Virgo and Pisces. So Libra, you all have been through an 18-month cycle. Aries will still have a eclipse here in the spring, but you all should have seen big changes over these last 18 months, but be prepared possibly for the ending or finale in the spring. Now we have Mars still retrograde here in the month of January, but it will move back into Cancer out of Leo. We also will have the Sun conjunct Pluto in Aquarius, Mercury conjunct Pluto in Aquarius. And remember, we haven't had Pluto in Aquarius here before in our lifetime. So this is going to be really big energy. We also have a lunar new year, year of the snake, beginning by the end of the month. So this is big, and we have Uranus moving direct in Taurus by the end of the month. So that's a lot going on, right, Libra? Take a look at the description box below for all the important dates. Let's go week by week. So you start off that first week of the month, 10 of Swords. You also have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Second week of January finds you with the 6 of Cups, along with the 4 of Swords in reverse. Third week finds you with the 2 of Cups, Libra, as well as the 5 of Cups. So lots of cup energy going on here. You have the 6, the 2, and the 5. And then you end the month with the Tower card in reverse, Major Arcana card there, as well as the 6 of Pentacles in the reverse. So interesting cards you have here. I will say that the majority of your cards seem like they're dealing with some type of emotional challenges that you may have had back in 2024. But before we attach an outcome, let's go ahead and ask Spirit to send you a card representing the energy you left back in 2024, but possibly you are still bringing here in 2025. And you have the 2 of Pentacles in the reverse. So the 2 of Pentacles, Libra, is that energy of possibly needing to make a decision about your finances. Possibly you're trying to find a different job. Maybe you are trying to level up and you have some type of option between 2 different money sources. But it does look like, since it is in reverse, this is still a lingering challenge for you, Libra, coming into 2025. For many of you all, you weren't able to make that decision in December. Possibly you weren't able to because of outside sources. So maybe when Mercury was retrograde, maybe you put in some applications, never heard back, or possibly you were waiting on information. This is going to be coming into the month of January for you. So pay attention to any kind of conversations around money, but also if you're making a decision around a job or possibly whether or not you tend to move to a different city for a new job, those type of questions could come up here in the month of January. All right, Libra, let's go ahead and pull one last card. Spirit, if you can send my Librans an oracle message for January 2025. And you have Solitude number 9. So the Solitude card, very similar to Virgo energy. This is the energy of needing to be with yourself, needing to take some time out from all the noise. For many of you all, the holidays in December could have meant lots of people around you, just lots going on. I do think here in January, Spirit is asking you to take some time for yourself, sit in silence, and pay attention to what comes from Spirit. If you need to ask your guides for assistance, please do that. I do think the Solitude card is asking you to get some clarity around what you want this month, but also this year. And I think that that's going to help if you can do some meditation or just get some time for yourself. And I think that's important really for the entire collective, Libra, because 2025 is a big year. There's lots of planets moving into signs that we have not seen for a while. And also we have lots of energy around where it is that we are trying to move into and leave the old behind. Now, I do think for you all, Libra, those last 18 months with the eclipses in your sign definitely were something that gave you a new reason to move forward. And I do think this first week of January, where we do have January 2nd, we have Mercury leaving retrograde shadow, as well as Venus entering Pisces on the 2nd. And then we have Mars retrograde opposing Pluto. So this could be cautious energy, maybe accidents. You, although, are leaving some kind of mental strain from back in 2024. I think it has to do with this Two of Pentacles. So figure out, Libra, whether or not you really need whatever this Two of Pentacles was about. Maybe you just need to leave it behind. Maybe you don't need to worry about it any longer. This Knight of Pentacles in reverse suggests that maybe there was this slow moving energy towards you dealing with money, but now it's in the past. And Spirit is saying maybe it's time to move on from it. Mars retrograde entering Cancer on the 6th, and then Mercury entering Capricorn on the 8th could make you have some new ideas of where you want to go with your money, with your resources. And I feel like that Ten of Swords is like, just leave it in the past. You do not need to keep reliving it. And possibly you're trying to go back to something you no longer need. Maybe you're trying to go back to a job you no longer need. Whatever that is, Libra, leave that in 2024 so you can move on with a fresh start. Now, I do think that that Solitude card that came up is very important for you. I do think that if you can get to that solitude state, these ideas and these conversations you're having with yourself could get easier. Now, by the time we get to the 13th of the month, we do have a Cancer full moon. So we have Mars already retrograding here in Cancer, and now we have a full moon. So this is a lot of emotional, possibly family conversations going on. Six of Cups could be a family member or someone from your past returning. I do feel like that Four of Swords, it's almost like this conversation of wanting to leave something, let it go, like to be able to rest from it, but you can't because this person who comes back into your life is like, hey, what about, these conversations that we had, back in, the spring of last year or the fall? There's somewhere here that someone is drudging up some information that you want to have a rest from. But I think that Cancer full moon and that Mars retrograde in Cancer is going to be more of an emotional thing. Make sure you're not getting sucked into other people's conversations that you don't need to be in. I do think that once you get to the 15th with the Sun in Capricorn opposing Mars in Cancer, just watch out for people like trying to pick fights, being impulsive, or maybe you just needing to rest. And I do think that for many people, Libra, especially after the holidays, rest is very much needed. I do think this January is going to be a very interesting month for the collective. So if you're able to take some time for yourself, be in solitude, that's definitely going to help you. Now, you get to the third week of January when we have the Sun entering Aquarius on the 19th. A few days later, we do have Sun conjunct Pluto in Aquarius. This is karmic events, group resources, maybe talking about investments. There's something here about you possibly coming together with a partner. Maybe your partner has almost like a negative outlook or a pessimistic outlook, or maybe this is you and a partnership. There's somewhere here where you're needing to examine what it is you want to do in partnerships, in groups. Remember, the Sun in Aquarius is going to help you with this, but I do think that Mercury in Capricorn squaring Chiron and Aries on the 21st could be like some mentally tough conversations. So pay attention to you not focusing on the Three of Cups that have spilled, but paying attention to the good things and gratitude that you do have. I do think by the time you get to the 27th, when Mercury enters Aquarius and then Venus enters retrograde shadow on the 28th, you are starting to feel a little more group-minded. You're feeling like you can work better with people by the time you get to the 27th of the month. So I do think that's going to help you work out some of these feelings of emotional it feels like something's weighing on you. And I think that that Cancerian energy, especially up here with the Ten of Swords and that Four of Swords, it's like people from the past, but then it's also you needing to rest mentally. So keep that in mind. Now, look how we are ending the month. January 29th is a big day for everyone. We have an Aquarius new moon on the 29th. This is also the start of the Lunar New Year, Year of the Wood Snake. We also have the North Node in Pisces and South Node in Virgo, moving out of you all's Aries and Libra signs. We also have Mercury conjunct Pluto in Aquarius. So remember, we just had what was it? Mercury, Sun conjunct Pluto in Aquarius, and now we're having Mercury conjunct Pluto in Aquarius. So this is a lot of conjunctions with Pluto in Aquarius that we haven't experienced. Something here goes down, I feel like, at work, or possibly in some type of conversations with people at work. This definitely feels like someone was expecting possibly a raise or possibly something different than the outcome that is coming, or the outcome that kind of blows up at the end of the month. We do have Uranus direct in Taurus on the 30th. So remember, this last week of January into February, expect some kind of tension, possibly at work, possibly with I also just heard family members. So maybe you and your family have been having conversations over an inheritance or how some money should be spent. But there's some kind of event here at the end of January that could totally change what you all were thinking or the direction you all were on. And I do think that Uranus direct in Taurus is going to shake up a lot of things. This also could be the stock market. It could be things even bigger than just you and your family. So just pay attention this month, Libra. I think that this is going to be a month of letting go, going into some solitude and figuring out what you want next. So I hope this was helpful for you, Libra. Take a look at your sun, moon, and rising signs in this video series, and I'll talk to you later.